to the cradle of quarterbacks, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana, home to the Purdue Boilermakers, where the black and gold hoping to boiler up in this one. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Minnesota Golden Gophers taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Boilermakers will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll start the return inside his 5. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. So Minnesota's offense will have the first possession of the game. And David, they've got a receiver that if he's able to command some extra attention, it could really help get this offense going.
Now, and you need that playmaker out wide. That guy makes the whole thing go, right? Having a guy, if you want to play man-to-man coverage, he's going to beat you. And he's shown the ability to do that sometimes for this offense, and he's a guy that has the defense's attention.
Yeah, I don't think this guy's winning the Biletnikoff award necessarily, but you're right, David. When he's one-on-one, he should be able to win those matchups. And based on how he's played this season, this quarterback should feel really good and really confident when he throws his way.
Man, a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
Finds his man. It's Hayes. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down. This offense wants to send a message on the opening drive of the game. No punting today. They'll go for it on fourth down. Finds his man. It's Johnson. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Purdue's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
They'll run play action. Got it behind the line. It's Joyner. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
The Boilermakers will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. And the Golden Gophers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Quarterback making checks. Looking for a chunk play on second and short. Got his man. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Gotta like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Back up now, here's second and long. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. They needed less than a yard, didn't hesitate, didn't think about the field goal. Probably a little long for that, but they get the first down.
And now that you've got it in a fresh set of downs, look at where they are in the field. You're sort of in that fringe area. There are a lot of coaches that like to take shots at this specific juncture of the field. Let's see what the offense does here.
The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Fires to the wide out. It's incomplete. I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
And they pick up just a few on that completion. This third down play more than manageable from the 24. Can the defense stand tall? Going up top again. And they can't make the connection on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Never a doubt. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll return it. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Quarterback on the keeper. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. Second down. They'll go to the air. Got him downfield. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Catch inside the 25. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Caught in the backfield. It's Rourke. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. They'll line up for a second down play. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now on third down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? From the gun, wants to pass. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Boilermakers!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Give to the back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Golden Gophers can really attack on this second and short. That's the end of the period, and Purdue has the lead. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. The Golden Gophers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. And the Golden Gophers come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. They turn to the passing game on third and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Lanier. The Golden Gophers get enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the gun, the ground game. There he goes. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Golden Gophers in a good spot here with second and short. Leaves it with the running back. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Finds the tight end. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Golden Gophers getting set on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. The sure hands, it's Hayes. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. On 4th down, going to the air. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Off the play fake on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Harris.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
The Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. 3rd and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. Motion from the wide receiver. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Hauls it in. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Purdue!
Yeah, and he did a really good job selling this, dropping back to pass, waiting a little bit of time, and giving his running back a chance to run down the field. He runs the wheel route. He's open, throws a strike, gets in for the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in the Big Ten, and a game I think a lot of folks will want to see. Maryland sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in College Park. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Hey, Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the Golden Gophers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Give to the running back. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Murray. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
We know about this running back's versatility. He's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the 1st.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give on the inside. Tough, determined run, gets it down to the 12.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in 2nd down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the 1st down.
Looking for room. It's Murray. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota!
Well, the one thing you know about this team is they've got a lot of fight in them, and that's a great job responding by the offense on that last drive, capping it off with a really good-looking touchdown run. This is now a one-possession game. We've got a lot of football left to play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, running back looking for room. Past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
Looking downfield on first down. Got his man downfield. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Joyner. Across the 35. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. And the Boilermakers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Boilermakers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to go up top and time's running out in the half. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. There he goes down the right side. And the defense got it. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Golden Gophers. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on first down. Working the big fella downfield and outside. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. He's loose. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Now from inside the red zone. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Golden Gophers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Harris. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Finds just enough daylight to work his way up to the 19-yard line. The Boilermakers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. Off off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his tight end. Moves up to the 34-yard line, giving him a 10-yard pickup.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball.
Breaks into the open. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Boilermakers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Grabbed behind the line. It's Smith. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a second and long. Off play action. With the catch, it's Rourke. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Boilermakers have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Forced out of the pocket. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The Boilermakers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Sweet cut there. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the back. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
It took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Snagged in the middle. It's Johnson. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll give it to him again. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
And the Golden Gophers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To the air on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Lanier.
You know, the beautiful thing about being a quarterback is you can throw a little drag route, and they can take it 60. When you got fast playmakers on the outside that you can get the ball in their hands really quickly, great things can happen. 1-yard passes can turn into 60. It's beautiful to be quarterback.
The Golden Gophers can really attack on this 2nd and short. back to pass. Fires on the move. Tosses it incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. They knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to out...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Minnesota! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. You want to keep your offense on the field, wear down the defense, put that tape on and show it in a clinic. That's the way it's done.
And as a defense, man, there's nothing more demoralizing. You can handle it when you give up 3, but to give up the touchdown at the end of a long drive, you're already exhausted. You've already been punked the whole way down the field. Man, that's frustrating.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to throw on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Joyner. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. First play of the drive comes from the 41. On the ground, it's Booth. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. That's going to do it for the quarter, and Minnesota has the lead here. They've done the work to build a nice cushion. Now to bring it home as we check out the stats after 3 quarters. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Handoff from the gun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They've only converted 1 time in 3 4th down attempts, but they'll try to move the sticks with this one. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got a man. It's Hayes. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. The give headed toward right tackle. Oh, he's got some space. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Boilermakers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Wide open spaces. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Big guy smells it. Touchdown, Purdue! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And that is phenomenal quarterbacking. Understanding right away. Dude, you're going to bring pressure. I'm getting the ball to my playmaker right now. Let him do the rest. Let him glide into the end zone. Make me look really good. Good timing. Good decision by the quarterback getting it out quick.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to throw deep right side. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to fire on second down. Here's the pressure. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing. We're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
Man, that's a rough outcome. I get it. I want to try to be aggressive, but backed up in your own territory, aggressive, and you fail. Now you set the other team up for almost automatic points.
The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They'll give it to the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got it in the middle, it's Harris. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Touchdown, Boilermaker! Quick strike through the air for the score. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
You open a drive like that, and you've got some operating room. It's first down from the 38. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys. With that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
Grab near the marker. It's Hayes. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions, got to continue to get these first downs, move quick, don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Lost one deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Plenty of distance distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Powers through the defender. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Pressure coming. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Caught over the middle. It's White. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. He was really bothered by those 2 picks he threw in that loss last week, but he's been